Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are back live for Monday. And that means one thing only, and that is a Straight Jacket podcast. Podcast 335, I believe. I could be wrong. But big up to everyone who's locked in. Hope everybody's having an amazing day so far. Start of a new week, new goals. It's also the start of June as well. So we're halfway through the year, man. So big up to all the community that's enjoying their day. You know what's mad, Nuruddin, yeah? Nuruddin, can you hear me, by the way?
Yeah, man.
I thought it was going to be like a very, very like dead day, but I went outside and it was quite warm, you know, man. Like, you know when you step outside and you think to yourself, it's going to be cold. And then you go out, you're thinking, right, it's boiling outside, man. That's how I had today, man. So, yeah, man, how's your weekend been? I seen you enjoying the wedding. You enjoyed yourself there?
Yo, I was at a festival of love, man. Love, celebrating love. It was an amazing. It was like a festival, bro. It was amazing. Got to see so many different styles of music. You know, acoustic music, like band kind of music, and then you know, my boy, you know, my friend, one of my boys, Balraj, smashed it, and then young sister, young queen, who's a DJ, she smashed it. So Samurai. Reisner, they smashed it, both of them. Amazing.
Now, big up to them.
We raves, you know me and music, man. It is. We come together like bread and butter. But anyway, it's a lovely Monday out here. Bit windy, but you know what I mean. Sunny still. We're having it.
Yeah. Now, big up, man. Big up to you as always.
Big up to Queen Minna. Is that a Leeds United shirt?
No, man.
Oh,
shit. Come on.
That is a howler, Lord. You meant to be the Serie A.
You know what? I swear to you, there was a kit that Leeds used to have in the 90s. Exactly.
They look like this. It looks
okay, fair enough then. We'll let you off.
Exactly like it. I knew it wasn't. I know that it's not. I know what kit it is, but yeah, it was just, you know. How you doing, Mina?
I'm good, man. How you lot doing?
Collected any more?
Did you see my kit, by the way? I've got the new Somalia shirt, man. I've been signed up by Somalia. They wanted me to.
This is why we're never going to AFCON. This is why we're never going to AFCON if they decided to read up.
Guys, man, I'm signed. They signed. They said to me, "Yo,
we
need a CDM." You know what I mean? I'm going to be playing for Somalia, guys. I've just been called up to the national team. I'll be playing, and I think it's end of July, September. But yeah, man, I'm trying to get my name. They haven't put a name on the back for me because you know.
Well, you know that's not the actual kit. You know.
That's just a new kit, official new kit.
Is it?
Yeah, official new kit.
It looks like Argentina kit.
I'll be playing soon, guys. You know what I mean?
Bro,
you got the collar. All I'm gonna do is I want to play like Cantona as well, so I put the collar up as well. You know what I mean?
No, Saeed, I'm not lying to you, Saeed. Saeed, you know what? they've got internet even back home, bro. They see your team that you support finish 15th, man. That was just a.
I don't play like my team, man. I don't play one-dimensional football.
Yo, these man are playing with you, man.
He's gonna play like Ugarte. He's gonna go around kicking people in the shins.
Yo, big up.
Man, I've got tech, man. I've got some tech. You know what I'm saying, man? But we get that ball at the start. Yo, pinging it. Listen, Paul Scholes is my hero, man. I was playing like Paul Scholes when I was young. Yeah, I mean, like I didn't really have the pace. I wasn't blessed with pace. You know what I mean? I'll be honest with you. But when that ball and the technique, no, I mean, pew, you know what I mean? I ping it. You know what I mean? We used to have this guy, yeah. Big up to Alfred, yeah. Shout out to him, yeah. This guy was just fast, no tech. So I used to spin the ball into space, yeah, and let him run onto it. You know what I mean? And sometimes he might finish, sometimes he might not. But you know what I'm saying? We were there, man. We were there. You feel me? But big up to you, man. How you doing? Everything all good, though?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm enjoying no football. Like, this is nice.
Yeah.
I can't believe you actually, Nuruddin, this guy was actually watching postseason Man United game.
Yeah, I know. I didn't watch the second one, though. But yeah, that was a horrible week of football, you know. That week there was embarrassing. I genuinely felt embarrassed as a United fan that week, you know. Like, genuinely, like, that tour, that whole kind of, like, Malaysia, like, they should never do that again, you know, because it's like, you know, they say in life, like, there's money, but then there's also, like, money that's just not even worth it, bro. And United, when I got 8 million out of that, bro, it was awful. The players didn't like it. They couldn't even afford to buy scooters. It was just not a great trip. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, they call it the humiliation trophy, humiliation tour. Yeah, I mean, and when they got the trophy, no one stayed at the end. By the way, do you know that? By the way,
you know, that didn't bother me. You know what bothered me is in November 2024 when Ruben
yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. What I was gonna say is what bothered me about that tour was it wasn't even all of that. Is why is it so normalized now for players to put their middle finger up at fans?
I know, wallahi, it's true, you know. I'm not find it funny because we knew what happened, the context. But Ugarte,
Garnacho.
Yeah.
I just don't know how people find it funny.
Yeah, it's true. And I'm surprised Man United haven't really put a stance to it as well. Like, they've not really done anything about that. That's a bit weird. But then again, when there's no standards at the football club and there's no accountability, everyone go do what they want to do. It just runs through the football club. I'm being honest with you. Like, Garnacho's not being told, yo, listen, do this, do that. You feel me? Like, yo, like, you must behave like this. It's just whatever, innit? So when you haven't got that, and then you haven't got players around you, maybe Bruno's one of them, maybe a couple of them.
It's the wild west, Saeed. It's the wild west, bro. Everybody knows that there to be monies to be made. It's a commercial thing. That's why they send them at 3 or 4 o'clock. That's part of the Malaysian, like tourism. That's why they were on those bikes and they're blagging that they know how to work it, so the people can help them and the people go, oh, it'd be good to visit Malaysia. If you watch the press conference, I saw quotes from the press conference because I wanted to see what the poet, what the latest poem from the poet was. You know what I mean? What the latest poem. I don't know what poem we're on Saturday. I think he puts out a poem every other day. You know what I mean? He writes, he's the most prolific poet in the world, mate. So I wanted to just check what he was saying. And they were like, will you encourage people to come to Malaysia? Come to this side of the world. That's what that was for. So at the end of the day, I mean, I'm had to say that people that said something about his mum, then I don't mind footballers answering back.
Yeah.
But when I saw all the other photos, I'm like, something fishy is going on here. Because they're all in group photos giving the middle finger. And I'm like, what's going on here?
It's a bit mad. I can't lie to you, man. It's a bit mad. But like I said, hopefully that tour's behind us and we move on, man. Shout out to Jonathan again, man. You know what I mean? Big up to Jonathan. Maybe one day you could come on the calling show by Man United because you're moving mad with the gifted memberships. But big up to you, Jonathan, man. Appreciate it, man. But let's get into it, man. And I don't know if you lot see this today, and I don't know whether it has a lot of grounds to it, but there's this Mitrovic links today with Man United. And it says that Manchester United are now considering a move for Aleksandar Mitrovic after missing out on Liam Delap. Mitrovic is ready to take a pay cut, and Al-Hilal valued the player at 40 million. I mean, you know what it is for me, guys, yeah? I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't mind a player of Mitrovic, of his quality. The only thing is that 40 million is a bit too much for a player that is 30 and maybe Al-Hilal are looking to get rid of, if I'm being true honest with you. I'm not at that stage as well where I'm dismissing players like Mitrovic who have done things in the Premier League and done stuff like. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like right now, we need to stay humble. I get it. We still have to have the standards, but I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Mitrovic, he would only work if he came with another striker, though. I wouldn't want Mitrovic only at the football club, but if he came with another striker, then it wouldn't be too bad. But at the same time, you know, if this is the sort of deal that comes with Bruno or anything like that, nah, not with it. It's got to be a separate deal to Bruno, and it's got to be cheaper than 40 million because, boy, that for me is a bit too steep. But then again, United are desperate. We need a striker. You know what I mean? It kind of makes sense in their eyes. But yeah, like what were you guys saying? Mitrovic, are you first of all? Because I remember Nordin. You remember a couple of years ago? I think you wanted Mitrovic at United. You know, am I wrong in saying that, Nordin? Like you were looking at Mitrovic at United, thinking, you know what, he'd do well at United, and you need that physical. Yeah,
I was looking at practically who can bring the rest of the midfield and the other attackers into play. I was looking for somebody who can hold up the ball. When was the last time we had somebody who can hold up the ball? You know, when we had Workhorse and these guys, and we were like, oh, Workhorse actually held up the ball. I was like, at least get Mitrovic, because at least you can cross the ball to and he'll score headers.
Yeah.
And I said, so why don't we go and get Mitrovic then? Why are we getting Workhorse? You know, we'll go and get Mitrovic. By the way, he's slow ass as well. And I can imagine he's even got more slow in Saudi Arabia. But I genuinely 100% think that this was the agent of Mitrovic who's tried to get more money out of Al-Hilal or letting the other Saudi clubs know I'm available. Saeed, you ain't coming out of Saudi Arabia, the wages, tax-free, to come and play relegation for the Manchester United. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
He has scored goals everywhere he's been, Nordin. He has
he has. No, listen, Fulham, he was unbelievable. That's why. Why did the Saudis come calling? And he went there because he was banging in goals in the Premier League.
Yeah, he was banging in goals. I mean, he had nearly 100 goals for Fulham. Ain't too shabby at all. Al-Hilal has scored 47 in 51. Newcastle, to be fair, he was fairly young there. Anderlecht, 36 goals in 69 appearances. That was when he was very, very young as well there. So I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think a United should be. Musa, why are you laughing, bro? The guy comes in and he's laughing, bro. And he's getting his face, from Ramadan still. You know what I mean, bro? Come on, bro. Listen, we're not qualified, bro. We're not qualified, Musa, man. Like, he scored goals. You always talk about who can score goals, who's been there, done it. Like, this guy's been everywhere. He's scored goals.
Mitrovic. Anyone that's gone Saudi is wearing flipping silk pajamas. It's hard to take them off and to get back into the business end. Everyone in Saudi's got silk pajamas on, and you want them to come out of that.
Tony, I would take still Tony.
No, I wouldn't take Tony. Everyone over there's got silk pajamas. There's no way they're going to take them off.
Listen,
and then come back into the hustle and muscle.
But you say right now you want to take Mitrovic.
So where we're going, we're not winning anything next season.
Yeah,
we're just trying to get into the top four. We're trying to get a style of play. We're trying to build a team. We have to be prepared to have style over substance, or just in terms of the type of team that we want to see. We can't go from Mitrovic to being linked to this kid from Man City. Like, what direction are we going in? What are we trying to do? Yeah. This is why I said that the club's in a mess. The type of players we're getting linked with, when I was having this discussion with Aaron, in that, you're looking at teams like City, Liverpool, they're identifying their targets, and most of them are getting their first choice targets. It's only us who's just dropping from first to second to third choice. A lot of these guys are getting their first choice targets, and they're lining them up like ducks, and then they're just knocking them off one after the other and getting them into the club. And we're getting this guy, that guy.
That's what's going to happen, though, Musa. When you don't get Champions League football, you don't get Europa League football. I'm sorry, these are the consequences of the poor season. And that's why that Omar Barada, the waffler, he said, we've got different options. We've got plan A, plan B, plan C. And this is the price we're going to have to pay. I'm sorry, guys. You put in that bad season, you don't recruit properly in January. You, to be fair, Musa, have been calling. United should have done everything they could, to go and get players in January to at least finish in a European spot. Then United would have been able to get better targets than this. Right now, Mbuemo could go Newcastle. Then what? Like, who comes after that? Like, You know, like these are the situations that we're in right now. Like, I'll be honest with you, unless we sell Bruno, unless he goes, United at the minute right now aren't really going for the first choice strikers. They're not. If I'm being truly honest with you, they're not.
Since we've got Cunha in, I just don't understand this need of a number 9. Why do we need a number 9? What's going on over here?
Priority. I'll be honest with you, it's not a priority for me.
It's not a priority no more. Once you've got Cunha in, you've got Xerxes in. Like, I feel like it's not a priority no more.
It shouldn't be the priority right now as it stands right now.
It's not a priority no more. I just don't think, after seeing how teams are, like what you see Arsenal, how they compete, we've seen how City have done it over the years. You know, we've seen the best of Barcelona without actually playing Lewandowski up front. He's been benched a lot of the times. We've seen PSG. I just feel like someone like Cunha who can play in the 9, play in the 10. You got Xerxes. I just feel like we need more 10s. We need more wingers, more wide players, and we definitely need more midfielders. We just need to relax with this number 9 stuff because I'm still worried about the middle of the park. Ever since Noureddin said that this guy vacates the middle of the park and I've been watching him properly, we're in trouble. That middle of the park, hey.
I've always said that, guys, man. And midfield has always been, that's why for me, I don't want to be doing no duds like Luis and them, man. This is why I need to be serious in midfield, bro. Yes, Luis has done stuff at Aston Villa and he's shown he can prove it, but he's had a very, very bad year at Juventus, bro. Like, and he's meant to elevate over there. And yeah, cool, he might have not adapted and whatnot, but I feel like for me right now, that midfield, we don't want to be messing around and having another situation where we have with Ugarte, where we're not quite sure he's the guy that can be the long-term option. Or
the question you have there, though, with Luis is that when you ask yourself the question, his technical floor, how high is it? Like, he's got a standard. Well, like, we know he's going for a bad period, but his technical standard or his floor is higher than what we have now. That's the bad problem.
Is that the barometer now? Like, is that what we're at?
No, but when he's good, he's very good. That's the problem. When he's good, he's very good. He's not someone to look at and just be like, no, because he's one of those players as well that does a lot for the team and sometimes goes unnoticed. But when he was very good, he was a very good player, and he was someone who turned up more times than not and give you an 8 out of 10 performance week in, week out. And I feel like those type of players, they might not have the fancy names, but they're very, I think that they're needed, especially when we're looking at Ugarte, we've got Casemiro, we've got Bruno Fernandes. None of them three there excite you at all in terms of next season.
Yeah. People are saying Hilal wants to get rid of Mitrovic for reasons injuries. Oh, I'll have to check that as well. I haven't really checked that in my thingy. Mina, how are you feeling? Obviously, just a Mitrovic, and in terms of midfield, which is your priority? What would you say is your priority?
I think they're both equally important. I can't lie.
Yeah.
I don't. Musa, I know I'm not experienced, but I don't believe that striker is not a priority.
You think it's a priority?
I believe both of them are priorities. My issue with United is when it comes to the midfield, I don't like the concept of having midfielders that aren't good on the ball. Like, I say this all the time. The idea that a midfielder should just be there to be a destroyer rather than you guys watch PSG on Saturday and see Fabian Ruiz, João Neves, Vitinha, all similar in terms of being like their ability on the ball. People acted like they couldn't coexist in the same midfield. You can't. For me, Man United cannot have a midfield of like Ugarte and Ederson. I know City's linked to Ederson, but they can't have a midfield two of that. And the striker situation, Mitrovic is leaving Al-Hilal, or they're looking to get rid of him because of injuries. He's missed double-digit games 2 seasons in a row with like hamstring injuries. So he's always getting he's pulling something in his leg every single time. Yeah. If United are going to sign a striker, I don't want a has-been striker. No disrespect to Mitrovic, because everyone's talking about Mitrovic when he was in the Premier League, but all due respect, he ain't been in the Premier League for the last couple of seasons. So we shouldn't hold on to the idea of what he was when he was at Fulham, rather than accepting for what he is right now. If we're going to sign a striker, same with like Gonzalo Ramos. We've been linked to Gonzalo Ramos. I liked him when he was in Portugal, but let's be honest, he's been a dud at PSG. And again, with him, I'm not going to hold on to the idea of what he was when he was playing in the Portuguese league. If United are going to sign a striker, they need to sign a striker ready-made, prem proven. That's why I like the idea of, like Mateta or something, because that's simple, someone that doesn't have to adapt to, like, there's going to be no excuses for Mateta if he joined Manchester United. There's none of this adapting to the league, adapting to Amorim, adapting to Manchester United, adapting to the opponents, etc. Ready made, you know. Midfield and striker for me is a priority. I think goalkeeper is a priority as well. I can't lie.
But Ramos, I think Ramos has turned up, you know. I kind of like Ramos. I think when I look at his numbers, I went and looked at his numbers when I saw that we were linked to him. I've always liked the profile of striker that he is. Like in 22 league games, he's only played 22 this season, started it, or played and all. He's got 10 goals and 3 assists. It's like it goes under the radar in terms of what he's actually done for them.
But
3 in the Champions League.
But those games, let me ask you a question.
That's
Those
in the team as well.
Were those games that were already finished and he's come on? Because a lot of the time I watch PSG this season, he gets thrown on last 10 minutes when they're winning comfortably.
I'll agree, but he's technical attributes and what he brings to a team. He's not like a Højlund or a striker that you look at and say he's got no attributes, he's not technically gifted. He's very good. And I remember when he terrorized, was it the Euros? It wasn't what the World Cup was. It was the Euros.
It was the World Cup, I think. No, the Euros.
It was the World Cup. He scored a hat trick,
wasn't it? Yeah, it was the World Cup.
He benched Ronaldo. That he got a hat trick.
Yeah,
and he was terrorized.
That's when he was playing in Portugal. That's what I'm saying. When he was in Portugal, he was in good. Right? When at PSG now, even when they have brought him on, they brought him on to hold up the ball and just basically PSG wasting time, holding on to possession.
Like, think about this: with as bad as he's been, he's got 5 goals in the French Cup. He's got 3 goals in the Champions League and 10 in the league. And he's got 5 assists overall. So he's already like nearly scored 20 goals this season, 5 assists. And that's a player that's not really starting. I think for us, he's a player as well that can go on the left. He's left-footed, right?
I think he's right.
I think he's right-footed.
I don't think he's got a solid attribute, you know. When I watch him,
he kind of has a lot of good attributes. There's not one thing.
Yeah, it's not like he's a jack of all trades, isn't it? I think he's one of them. Like, I'm just like,
if he's cheap, if you told me 30 million, 40 million, and we're getting in a striker of that caliber, in terms of what we have,
PSG, you know, what I mean,
here we go, Saeed, man.
I'm done. No, but honestly, I'm done with rejects, man. You know what I mean?
But you know, PSG are gonna look to make money, like make the money back that they sold.
Well, you're literally helping them, bro. Like, why are you helping them, man? Fund them, man. They're getting that Mastuado guy that we're getting. And then you're going to fund that.
Say that name again.
Mastuno.
Well, I get my 2 pence. Let me just get my 2 pence.
I don't want to be funding them man anymore. We gave them 50 million for Gatti. We took the L, and that's it now. Them man are not doing us.
Listen, do you think he wants to leave as well?
He probably wants more playing time. Yeah, World Cup coming up next year. He probably wants.
World Cup, exactly.
Yeah, okay. Maybe the conversations to be had. There are loads of Italian teams as well. He's been linked to a lot of Italian teams, and they're looking for.
And he's linked to Saudi as well, but I don't think he's at the point of going to Saudi personally.
You can get a loan in, you know. I think we're capable.
I think it's a loan. Yeah, it is a loan.
Yeah,
loan. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind a loan.
But United, listen, United are not clever enough to do a loan. They don't want to pay any money. But let me give my two pence. So Mitrovic, Saeed, is not a player that Manchester United can look down on. Manchester United now, rival-wise, in terms of purchasing, are with Wolverhampton, Everton, West Ham, and the 3 promoted clubs. Know your place. When people on this channel and people were telling me it's not about the league, that's more damaging than not finishing the Champions League. That's the most damaging. What's more damaging is that any potential player other than Cunha, who's clearly a fan of Manchester United, right, is not going to come here and go, oh yeah, because you know what, you're battling next season, relegation for that. The reason why Delap didn't come had nothing to do with Amorim. It had nothing to do with Amorim. It had everything to do with, I want to be on that plane on the plane to England with England to the World Cup. Which club am I going to score more goals in? Am I going to score goals in a team of Palmer, Neto, Madueke, Sancho, Enzo Fernandez? Or am I going to score goals in a team that plays fucking 5 at the back and leaves 3 up the pitch? Simple equation, simple maths. And his dad used to play football. Do you think he's advising? So all this BS Andy Mitten chat, yeah, that Andy Mitten, that absolute fucking bootlicker, yeah, Ineos bootlicker, can do one, mate. At the end of the day, it's simple. It's not that complicated. Manchester United finished 15th for a reason.
Yeah. We
are relegation for the next season. Don't get it twisted. Let's not hype it up too much. So for me, the days of looking down at the likes of Mitrovic, Mateta, Mateta is the one who sues us. Apparently, he's only got 1 year left on his contract. Yeah. And the price that I'm
Have you heard about Crystal Palace, by the way? Have you heard about the news about Crystal Palace as well, by the way? They're in trouble for some breach of, like, you know, when you the two club model where you basically own two clubs. So I think
the American owner.
Yeah. So I just read something today about that. So
what other club does he own? What other club does he own? The American guy.
I don't know. I think it's another club as well, and they've made Europe. Both of them, I think, have made Europe. I think I see something before. I'll have to go and get it again. And
talk. But at the end of the day, Mateta, has he got 2 years?
Leon. But Leon didn't make Europe, did they? Did Leon make Europe?
Well, they were fourth in the league last time I checked.
Leon and Palace. Okay, I thought Leon didn't make it. You know,
right? Yeah, when we played them, they were fourth in the league.
There it is. We'll head emerge summit with UEFA in a desperate bid to avoid being kicked out of Europe. Texter owns 43% of Palace shares, but it's also a majority shareholder of Lyon. Okay.
Well, there you
go. What I mean? We might have hope, man. Walton, we might have hope. But go on, carry on.
No, Walton ain't going for less than 70 million. Manchester United do not have 70 million.
I will have that hope, mate. I will have that hope.
I've been told we got 300 million. Someone said we got 300 million.
Yo, Saeed. Your hope is going with a win, bro. You gotta go and catch it. It's going with a win, mate. Your hope is going with a win.
That's catch it on Adam, man.
Know who you are. Know who you are, man.
No, I do know who we are.
Know what team you support. Know what.
But do you not think they'll know if, like I said to you, this is a big if, because we know Ineos are on fraud watching it. But if they were proactive, and they actually went out and did what they had to do, I know this is what I'm trying to say. This is a big if, guys. If they were proactive, it would save you half of the trouble. You know that, Nordin.
In what parallel universe?
The hope. Hey,
in what parallel universe?
That's what I'm saying to you. If Ineos, we're quick, I know it is. But if they're quick,
their whole plan. Let me just explain what their whole plan was. The number one target in transfer window was Delap. Then Cunha representative got in touch because remember Cunha. You remember all of you guys when Cunha was heavily linked to Arsenal. Do you remember that when he was heavily linked to Arsenal, Cunha? Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, no, bro. That's what I'm saying. These Arsenal fans are chatting rubbish. They were heavily with Cunha. I know they were. Yeah.
And they were saying discussions are taking place and all that. Cunha made it known that he prefers United because there's videos of him in Brazil chilling just on the street talking about United.
So, man.
Let's not think about it. But they were the only two players. What I've been told is that the rest of them was that if they can get rid of Kobe, get rid of Garnacho, get rid of Anthony, get rid of Rashford, get rid of Casemiro, then maybe towards the end, United could do some business towards the end. So this idea of Ineos being proactive, Saeed, it was never going to happen. And the reason why people are doubting to come to this football club is because we finished 15th. And the table don't lie.
Yeah. Let me get some super chats in. Killer says, big up all trying to remind the fan base that the media will try clickbait us all summer, so don't listen to Fabrizio or Onsi until Fabrizio Onsi stay it. Saeed at centre mid, I thought United had problems. Pray for Somalia, smash the likes. Mitrovic, does Ratcliffe support Liverpool? Ibn Maghrib says Mitrovic is not it. He's in a warm climate which helps prevent injuries, and he's got same injury twice. Second year he was out for more games. No thanks. Listen, right now it's desperate times. I mean, people are saying about the Mbuemo update. It's not really an update. He's just repeated what's been said by Jacob. So the Mbuemo one is there. Everyone's involved. United, can they do what they need to do? I'm not sure. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Right now, they're still waiting.
Have you heard what Brentford want? They want 70 million, mate.
Listen, I said that though, guys. I said, no way in this world when you've got a big kind of almost
Premier League striker for 50 million.
Yeah, no 50 million is dirt cheap for thingy. It's dirt cheap, man. Shout out to Alice as well by the raid, by the way. Big up to Alice Talks Football for the raid. Appreciate it. But honestly, like 50 million, I just can't see in the world, when you've got a bidding war that he goes for 50 million. I really don't. I think you're looking at 70 million at least minimum, guys. I could be wrong though. I don't know. Maybe I'm smoking something, but I genuinely think for me it's like, but I'm surprised he's costing 50 million. You know, I know he's got 1 year left in his contract or whatever, and I hear it.
I just got a text. I got a text earlier today from a friend Simon, big Spurs fan. Went to uni with him. He says to me, Thomas Frank to Spurs, Mbuemo to Spurs. Here we go. Dot. You know, like eyes emoji. He gives me the eyes, mate. He's like, what?
Yeah.
Keep your eyes. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It depends if they sack him, though, innit? That's the main thing.
Yeah, all the rumors have said he's gone. All heavy rumors saying he's a donor.
I mean, you know what it is? I know, Mr. Musa, I get you. You know what I'm saying? The problem is, though, it's United need to sell, though, innit? This is the problem right now.
Aaron told us that we got 125 million plus sales. That's what he said we've got. So if we've got 125 million plus the sell of Garnacho, Rashford, Anthony, who else is up there?
Bruno.
Not even Bruno. Put him aside. If we talk about Anthony, Sancho, Rashford, and Garnacho, that's 4 of the forwards. Yeah, that's over 100 mil itself. So that means United are now on 100. What's that? 225 million.
225 million. Yeah, around.
And then you sell Bruno. So Aaron said we're on 300 plus.
I mean, listen. What's going on? If the maths works that correctly, it should be that. But the problem is, though, we know the Ineos and Glaze are going to take their little money in it, you get me, and then put it into their own pockets. That's what happens all the time, innit? You feel me?
If we're on, even say we're on 200 million this summer, we're only spending 20 million this season on Cunha. We're paying 3 installments of 20 million over 3 years,
28 million you paid. 28 million the first part.
28, first one,
And we register that money to 2024, 25 season.
Yeah. So my thing is this then. So if we said we had 125, where's the rest of these signings? Why aren't we going and getting these other players in? Yeah. It's not like we're paying all their money up front. I just feel like we're not even being linked to anyone that, especially for me, except for Mbuemo, but put that aside. Say he doesn't come. Cherky's gone. That would have been someone that was nice, cheap and cheerful that can play on that side. Now
they're getting Nuri and Cherky, you know, man. They're getting Rangers. Disgusting, man.
That's a big club. I told you, it must be great to be a City fan. If you're young and you support a team, you ain't got to worry about what we're worrying about. You're being linked with real players, and you want to link me with Mitrovic. You're taking them. Mitrovic.
Bro, it's you know what it is, though, man. It's just the reality, guys, man. Like, yo.
And what's the other goalkeeper as well? That sounds like Mitrovic. You was talking about the 6'5" one.
Oh yeah, Milinkovic.
Oh my lord.
Just deal with the reality, man. What can we do? Give me solutions.
The gay is better than all of them, especially that one there.
Bro,
and you want to go and get
deal with the matter. Deal with that proper. All type Skibidi.
Bro, we need solutions, man.
Skibidi, mate.
Bro, well, listen, it's all good and well talking about your problems in life, but where's that going to take you? Yeah? You're just going to keep going around and talking about your problems. How do we fix it? That's where we need to be at right now. We need action. Shout out to AJ. That's what we need. We need to know who we are, what's our budget. You know what I mean? We have to be very, very maybe realistic. And I hear it because I've said Wharton, but maybe I'm moving in cuckoo land. But if you can tell me some players that you think are realistic and we can go and get that are good as well, then let me know. But right now, it ain't looking good, man. It ain't looking good. It ain't looking good for the football club. It ain't.
Oh, I don't know, Saeed, man. I'm looking at the lineup. I'm looking at the midfield. I'm looking at who we've been linked with. I told you it's a mess. I'm not qualified. It's not even my job to get these players in. I'm still telling you that Amrin's got to finish top 5. I don't care who we get and who we don't get.
Crazy, man.
I want a top 5 finish.
Bro, Musa, bro, he ain't getting top 5, bro.
Nah, he has to.
He ain't. What do you mean he has to, bro? We're finished 15th, bro.
It doesn't matter. He has to jump 10. Brentford jumped 10, and so did Nottingham Forest last season.
You hear Musa saying, I have no hope for the midfield in the front line, but he has to get
He has to get to 5. That's crazy.
It's not my... Listen.
Musa's a troll. I keep it, you know. Musa's actually a troll, guys. Musa's actually a troll.
He said, you know what? I don't need your tools, but fix my house.
Listen to this, though, Saeed. Listen. It's not our job, guys. They are paying people over £500,000 a year in certain positions in Man United to get this job done. It's up to them. It's not up to us, guys. They've got millions of pounds. If they don't go in the summer and make the right transfer window and get the right players in, it's got nothing to do with us. We have an expectation.
I hear you on that point.
And they need to finish top 5. I don't care who they get in, who they don't get in. They need to finish top 5.
I think you've got the wrong end of the top 5.
Manchester United have got to jump. So let me get this right, Musa. Manchester United next season have to jump 10 places. 10 places.
like Forest and West Brom did this season. I mean, and what's their name?
But you know what Forest did? You know Forest in a season and a half, they cleared out about 20 players.
No, but forget that. The season before last, they finished 17th, and this season they just finished 7th.
And Forest got an owner that will punch the manager up.
But
exactly.
But that's not our fault, guys. The reality is they need to do whatever.
What do you mean that's not our fault? But this is what I'm talking. You know what? This is what I'm talking about. You know, Musa will go, I'm deaf and I'm blind. Hear no evil. See no evil. Hear no evil. See no evil.
My thing is this, you guys. Why are you not letting them off?
You need to know who owns your football club.
Nah, we don't need to know that. We need to know where Man United.
Like I said to you in the chat the other day, I said, give me people who want to cheat. They want to win so badly, they'll break rules. They'll break bones, like Marina said. Give me those type of owners and get me back to where we belong. But we don't have that. What we have is strict back, cutting like David Cameron style, Osborne style, recession FC, mate. That's what we have. Recession.
Don't let them trick you to think that they're not cheaters. They're cheaters, but they're just cheating in other things. They're cheating
they don't cheat United to win. They cheat United out of money.
Yeah.
They don't cheat for us to win. They cheat for us to lose.
We got to find loopholes. At least do what Todd Bowley them man did. Find loopholes in it. You know what I mean? But right now, United are not doing that, bro.
Saeed and Musa, you don't even have to do that. You know all you have to do is get rid of that £750 million debt. That's all you need to do. And Manchester United can operate. PSR will not even go anywhere near us. Because we still make some of the highest profits in world football. I repeat for the people at the back, do not get sucked in by their PR propaganda bullshit. Manchester United turnover at least 650 million a year. That's what the turnover is.
Yeah.
Right? You got rid of 700 million in debt. PSR don't touch Manchester United. And you know what? FFP thing, I'm not asked getting found 6 points. Mina will tell you. Everton, they got 3 points deducted. Leicester got away with it. Leicester were like, actually, we weren't in the Premier League. Guess what Leicester's case was in the court? Leicester said, well, we were in relegation, so technically we weren't in the Premier League and we weren't in a championship. We were just in a place in between. And they got away with it. So this idea that this heavy penalty that comes to you is a lot of waffle. The guy at Forest showed you the blueprint, but these owners are gutless. They're waiting for the circus tent to put Beyonce and American football on at OT. That's all they ask about.
They're lucky. I'm not calling for top 4. That's what I'm saying. We should not allow them to come in here. They're lucky I'm not calling for top 4. They're lucky I'm not calling for top 4. I'm only calling for top 5. I'm telling you.
You know, someone said in the super chat here. No, Musa, you have to listen to the super chat here, man. They said, yo, big up to Kelly said, Musa, you mean top 5 of the championship, man. This is what I'm saying, man. Like, Musa was eating a Michelin star restaurant with chicken cottage money.
Listen,
you know what I mean, bro?
But when Ineos came in,
you know.
Where were we?
2 pieces of the chips with a drink.
Yeah.
But where were we when Ineos came in, guys? When Ineos came in, where were we? We had our worst finish ever in the league. Ever. Where were we?
8. Yeah.
They doubled
it. They doubled their money. They doubled their money, Musa.
That's what I'm saying.
They said 8. They said Saeed. Oh my dear.
Yeah.
16.
They've got this guy that's coming, Amarin. He's told us about this storm. Made us flipping float
the
against.
Poet. No, I'm sorry. Brings the poet, Musa, from now on.
Yeah, the poet. Yeah, the poet's coming. He's coming. This
you know, by the way, he can't be talking like that next season. You know, I might go mad. You know, next season. You know, if he talks like that next season, I swear down, bro.
I'm not having it. That's insane.
He can't fight Amarin.
He already told you the good times are coming back. The good times. The BBC.
Mate, not having this.
The BBC.
This storm, mate. You better get yourself a brolly, mate, about Storm.
It's not Storm anymore. It's called the struggle. We're going to struggle, he said. Well, we're going to try.
The brolly like McLaren. You see McLaren when he got sacked for saying Wally, he had a Wally, he had a brolly in it in the rain.
Brolly with a Wally.
Yeah, man. They're saying, yo, this guy can't handle it. You know, that'll be him, bro. I swear down, bro. Like, to me, you know what it is, guys? And I think we said it in the group chat as well, mostly like, you just got to give this manager the tools he needs, yeah? So then we've got no excuse next season. Like, and then you go from there, bro. Like, this is what it should be.
What's mad, though, Saeed, is that Alonso's gone into Madrid and he's saying, yeah, back four. These players can't handle back three. He's gone in straight away. He said the system. He said the players that I've got, he's got some of the best players in world football, and he's saying that system's long for them. Flipping it. So what chance do we have?
Boy, wallahi.
He didn't actually technically say that.
No, but
so what did he say?
Reports coming out though.
But he didn't say what Musa said. Musa actually.
No, but
that's what he's saying.
He did say that.
I'm giving you what he's thinking. No one knows what's going on.
You're giving it in your.
Yeah, he said it's long. Think about it. Now think what he's done.
He didn't say it like that.
No, but think about it, Mina. He's walked into the dressing room or he's walked into the club. He's looked at the players that he's got and their attributes, and he said it's a long day.
No, I agree. He's basically apparently he's leaning towards playing 4-3-3 because of the players that he has. But we don't know
what
why
does that tell us.
But
what does that tell us? He's looking at the attributes of these players and he's thinking, if I was to play them in my system, it just wouldn't work. So he's gone with
why are you making up stuff?
It wouldn't work.
Musa, 1 second.
It wouldn't work.
Listen. Mina's more connected to the industry. Mina, what are you hearing from the grapevine?
No, I'm not saying I'm not hearing shit. Firstly, I'm reading the same thing.
What are you hearing?
I've got links. I've got links with Al Jazeera. I've got links with Al Jazeera. I've got links with Al Jazeera.
Musa got the Al Jazeera links. I got the BN Sport links. But I'm reading the same thing Musa's reading. But Musa is 1 + 1 and he's getting 75.
That's Musa though. Mr. Qualification FC.
Guys, it's
Musa University. Musa University qualified from.
No, but
listen to me. Listen, Musa said Ten Hag was concussed. Amarin came in and got Musa concussed. So that's what we're on now.
I told you from early, Saeed. I called from Amarin's head from early. Everybody said I went mad. I told you.
Nah, you know what? To be fair, Musa saw this. Musa was like, "Give Rude a chance, man. Give me."
I told you.
Musa went from let's back him. Then they said you'll sack him next game.
Yeah, but listen,
I told you. The concussion is,
I told you about Amarin,
concussion side is absolutely.
No, it is though, No. Do you know what it is? I said
airborne concussion side, airborne. You can catch
what it is. You know what it is? This manager needs at least 7 of his players to be in his squad.
I know.
For him to try to do anything at all. And then you look at the board and you look at the ownership that we have. They're not going to get him 7 or 8 players.
No.
So that means let's just stop the pain and struggle and get him out the club. We're just wasting our time there. Unless you lot think we can have a summer of 7.
I agree with you, Mr. I agree with you wholeheartedly. That's the first time I've gone in wholeheartedly. That's what I've been saying. I'm like, he threatened to walk away in January. He threatened to walk away after the final. And like, what are they waiting for? And he even said, you don't have to pay me money. I'll just walk. Right? I'm happy to walk. So at the end of the day, but you know what? You know what I am? I'm trying to see through the BS, but I want to hear from Musa. Sorry, not Musa. Mina, what are you hearing through the grapevine? That he's going to change the way he plays.
Apparently, he's going to play a 4-3. He's leaning towards playing a 4-3-3 because of the players that he has, which is what Musa's saying. But Musa's basically saying that he said these players are shit in my system.
They are. They're not good enough.
To be fair, Mina. To be fair,
you know what? Yeah. He's not used to everybody. He just gifted 20 memberships here. He's the real qualified. He said Amarin's not good enough from the moment get go. So you got to shout out to Neddy, man. He said, you know what? At the time, give him 3 months and get him gone. And I was like, you're crazy. You know what? He could have been gone after 3 months. I mean, but now, big up Neddy, man.
I'm not gonna lie to you. So, to be fair, I did the video in my channel, and I did say I looked at the pros and the cons, and I said this man plays 2 in midfield and plays the midfield. I can't do that in the Premier League. So you didn't have to have the Nedu's level of seeing it. I was like, why are Manchester United doubling down, getting another coach from another country to play a specific system who needs specific type of players to play that system? Dan Ashworth told them and he got the sack. But I was telling everybody on YouTube, he wasn't even my number 1, 2, or 3. What's going on here? So for me, I don't blame him. I 100% do not blame him. But the fact that he threatened to quit in January and he threatened to quit again after that final tells me all I need to know. But then he's begging Bruno to stay.
Madness.
He said, "Yo, this is me clocking out United until next season. Y'all take care." Yo, it's not like, man. Nah, this is crazy, man. We need everyone back, man. Like, bro, it's dark times, man. But shout out to Nedu, man. But that's dark times, man. Man, are taking the season out, you know.
I can't lie. I started watching F1. Or like F1's kind of fun.
F1, you know.
You guys should check it out, man.
You know what it is? Mina, bro, how can cars going around?
I'd rather watch that. I'd rather watch that than watch United. Well, I'd rather watch that.
Director said, "Shout out to Nedu."
I'd rather watch that 60-something times going around a track.
Nah, United's finished.
And then I saw the Ineos logo on one of the cars. Well, I changed the channel. It pissed me off so much.
Yo, I'm watching Roland Garros.
One of the cars.
Tennis for me, man. Yo, shout out to
Mina, Jared, listen, Saeed, 1 second. I want to hear from Mina. Mina, what can we be optimistic about? Because everybody says I'm negative. Because I just want to tell the truth about Ineos.
You know what's funny about Nuruddin? Wallahi, yeah.
So what can I be positive about, Mina? Come on.
Nuruddin's video titles kill me. I look forward to it every day. I look forward to seeing the titles of his videos. And I have never seen one positive thing in his title. Never in my life of watching him. I've never seen one positive thing.
You know what? I'll tell a lie. He had one positive one when we beat Leeds 5-0 that day. Remember that Nuruddin?
How many years ago was that?
That was like 4 years ago.
When I saw him turn on Beckham the other day, I said, "Bro, not even Beckham."
Yeah, I know, but leave Beckham alone, man. Beckham was calling things out, man. Leave Beckham alone, man.
You know why? Do you know why? You guys don't do the research. Unfortunately, I've got the ADHD. I look into things. I'll show you the comments where David Beckham's backing Jim Glazer. Jim Glazer took it to 15. David Beckham's a good looker. Look it up. Look it up. It's connected to Ineos.
I watched
Gary Neville. Beckham is getting an apartment as well, Saeed. Jim Glazer has promised them all. You're getting an apartment, pal. You're getting an apartment. I might even name a street after you, David.
I leave Beckham alone, man.
Nah, man.
You know what it is? He was calling for the board, though. He did demand the board to have a proper recruitment plan and to back the manager and to, you know what I mean, like fulfill their promise. He did call them out in that way, though.
So, no, he said, I like what Jim's doing. He's a United fan and he's got good business acumen. And I like what he's doing and the changes that he's doing.
Yeah.
For. Now, sorry, you mean you want the apartments like Gary Neville? You want a piece of pie at that 10. You want a little quarter of the 10. So let's not. So
no, but you know what it is though. I think he is one of the guys that does call out more than others though.
Yeah,
I know it's not. I feel like he does though. He just calls people.
I told the truth. I told the truth, but nothing but the truth. I said his record against the Glazers was there when he came back to Old Trafford. I was at the Stretford.
Yeah, he's got the scarf on. Yeah,
and then he walked up the ground. So let's have a look at my last 5 titles of videos, Mina. Yeah, Man UFC can't shop here anymore.
Please, share it. Please, Shade.
Okay, share it.
And just share his last.
Let me just show you the titles because I think there should be consequence for finishing 15. I'm sorry, there should be. Most of you got hoodwinked. Somebody's got to tell the truth. Somebody. So this is the last video.
Yeah,
we can't compete anymore. Beckham. There you go. So I don't want to go to it. Beckham, talk to the owners, not the players. Yeah. Cryptic FC. Look, I'm just reporting because Garnacho put cryptic messages. So did Bruno. Amorim, walk away now. Look, I'm just telling him to walk away.
Yeah.
Gary Neville. Ineos.
Gary Neville is the
biggest bootlicker.
He is.
He said, "No, the funniest one is Barada, best in class." They said more like the best in nonsense.
That's what we are.
Nobody is saying on his channel. No one is saying.
Listen.
No, honestly, Nuruddin's right, man.
It is, but it's the best in nonsense. Because they told me we got the best in class. They kept telling me. Saeed even put the shades on, had the flag and all that out. Look.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Look, Omar Baraderis. Look, I'm sharing.
Why am I getting shades now here?
Best in nonsense. Walk away, Gary Neville. I called out the ex-players. No rival can banter me. What did we expect? Look, somebody's got to tell it as it is. No sugarcoating. And you know what? I can't claim to be the therapy channel, Mina, and then lie to people. I can't.
Yeah. No, you're right.
You know when you go to therapy, you have to tell the truth and nothing but all of the truth.
That's why you made the channel, to be fair. We did say like it's going to be a different sort of channel where you basically call out people.
It's the protest channel. I keep
it's a shame the 58 group are not with your ideas, man.
I told them, Saeed, I told them next season. I told them I'm gonna call them out. I spoke to the guy. I said, you know what?
Man, they're too much.
You know what? There's somebody who's a really, really top guy there. Top guy, one of the guys, Steven. I said, Steve, next season you're gonna have to call for walkouts, empty the stadium. Empty the stadium.
I agree. I agree.
All it is, my videos are just a different take of what the propaganda BS that's been pushed by the football.
Absolutely. And that's what it should be, though, man. We're not mainstream media, though. We just say things how it is, man.
It's an opinion. But Mina, where did you hear the fact that he might be playing 4-3-3?
Yeah.
I saw it on Twitter. I saw it on Twitter. I saw it at the same place that Musa saw it.
Okay.
Me and Musa saw it on the same place. Real Madrid fan account reporting it. They're saying that he's leaning towards playing 4-3-3.
Yeah.
We won't know until the Club World Cup. Like, I think the Club World Cup will show us what he's kind of experimenting with.
What if the manager just says, you know what, forget this system now, 3-4-3?
I think that 3-4-3 worked in Bayer Leverkusen because of the players that he had, but you're going to Real Madrid. You're signing Alvaro Fernandez. Okay, he could play as a wing back.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Amorim. Sorry.
Oh no. Sorry, we're talking about Xabi Alonso, and that's what I'm saying. Look at Xabi Alonso. If he's
Xabi Alonso ain't gonna play 5. Are you kidding me? He's not gonna play 5 there. Do you think Real Madrid fans are gonna accept 5 at the back? You must be on side. The white handkerchiefs come out, mate. If they don't see the fullbacks out wide, they're gonna buy Trent and play him as a wing back. No chance, mate. No chance. No, I thought you talking about Ruben Amorim.
No, not Ruben Amorim.
Yeah.
Not Ruben Amorim.
Yeah,
unfortunately not.
No way. Listen, let me just say this now. Big clubs like that, they dictate what formation you play, mate. They dictate.
But if we had a football structure, though,
because of the players
If we had a football structure, Amrin wouldn't be allowed to just do what he wants to do in it, and you have to believe in the manager. But the problem is with us, it was Omar Barada that picked the manager. It should have been Jason Wilcox. It should not have been Omar Barada. Omar Barada is not a footballing guy, bro. He's not really like a guy. He's a finance guy. He's not a football connoisseur. Jason Wilcox is a football connoisseur. So Omar Barada, for me, has a big share of the blame as to why the season has been bad. Because he said, let's go and change what we've got right now, which we were doing okay in with Van Nistelrooy. Then he brought in a guy with a system that was so complicated for this group of players. Not complicated in a way that it can be done, but complicated for the fact that we don't have the player profiles for his team, bro. And he knew that. He assessed the squad, and he knew that. And then he brought him in and said, now or never, guys. And then they didn't really back him in January because they said, you know what? We'd rather wait until the summer. What do you mean summer? You gotta understand the situation right now.
Took goals away from him. They took potential goals away from him.
There you go.
They took attacking players away from him.
And that for me is not on, guys, man. That is not on. I'm sorry, man. So I'm just like, bro, you can't do that to the manager, bro. And I'm not even excusing the manager. What the manager's done for me has been horrendous. He has been absolutely horrendous. But I just think for me, it generally should have been maybe get the manager in the summer, build whoever you're going to build into the end of the season.
There you go.
Or back the manager in January and then boom.
But what's the point, Saeed? What was the point of bringing him in if you're not going to back him in January? That's the window. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, January is difficult. Some of the best signings I've seen out of the January window.
Look at Man City. Look at Man City, bro. Look at Man City.
But genuinely, I wanted to ask you guys the question. Do you genuinely fit? Did you see the YouTube channel, Manchester United's YouTube channel yesterday? Bruno.
No.
Begging
What?
Bruno to stay.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, go check out the official United.
I did not see that.
Begging Bruno.
What do they
to
do? What do they
stay.
say? What do they say?
Bruno, please. Yeah, Bruno say.
Oh,
So
no.
you
They
genuinely
did a
think
video
Bruno's
on
gone?
saying whether they think he's going to stay or not. That's what they said. They made a video on that.
Yeah, and they're
I
asking
can't
him,
stand-
please stay.
That YouTube channel is awful, bro. Like, it's worse than most channels on YouTube, mate. It's really like I can't take it
That's
seriously.
the official club channel, Saeed.
I
That's
know.
the official club YouTube
I
channel.
know it is, man. But I'm not gonna
And
lie to you. I don't really-
apparently, Manchester United are waiting for Bruno to ask his family, is it worth them going to Saudi Arabia?
Oh gosh, man.
This is what
Listen,
we are.
listen, guys, come on, listen. There's nothing wrong with him consulting his family.
No,
I
there
agree.
isn't.
I agree.
But
with
what
that,
I
man.
will say is that I don't like the fact that a lot of United's transfer window depends on the outcome of this Bruno
Facts.
Fernandes
Speak
situation.
on
And
it.
United should never have allowed themselves
That's what I'm saying to
be
you, Mina.
in that situation, unfortunately.
But Mina, that's exactly my point. You can talk to whoever you want because you're making a big decision, right, for your
100%.
family. But why do the club have to wait for you to talk to your family? What are we on here about? What's going on here?
The club have to wait, as in, why do they have to wait? Because I think the club have to wait because Al-Hilal are not going to make an offer unless they know Bruno is accepting, right?
Yeah.
So United can't accept the offer until Bruno accepts their offer, which I don't agree with.
Yeah.
Back in the day,
But
football
Mina,
wasn't
I'm
like
not gonna
that.
lie to you. But Mina, let me say something to you. Why don't Manchester United get ahead of this, Mina, and just say, listen, we know that we're not stupid. We know talks are taking place. We know where his agent's been. Can we just say this to them? Listen, this is the price we set. If you're knocking for Bruno, this is the price. So we're not waiting for nobody. So that everybody understands where everybody stands. Why can't they just be transparent? Oh, honest. Because they're doing it. Listen,
Nothing's been decided already. That's the problem. Nothing's been decided yet, and that's why
you don't know what they don't know. What they can have their price for Bruno, and I agree. The fact that they don't have a price tag for him kind of leaves everything in Al-Hilal's court. Because they listen, guys. I've said this so many times on my channel. Al-Hilal don't pay 100 million plus for players. They don't do that. Neymar is the most expensive player they brought, and they brought him for just over 75 million pounds. That was 90 million euro. Then it's John Duran. The whole purpose of the Saudi Pro League is offering attractive financial incentives to players that forces the club to sell because the players will accept it. And then the club has no choice but to let them go. Otherwise, the relationship is broken, right?
Yep.
So people expecting a Saudi Pro League team to come in and, bid 150 for Bruno. It's not going to happen. I keep saying it. 100 million euros. If United get that offer from Al-Hilal, that's probably the max offer they're getting.
Yeah,
but some
I
of the
agree.
fans are telling you 150 million.
No. We're not doing a Marcel. Marcel is moving mad. Marcel's moving mad. There are reports about Hudson-Odoi for 25 million. I'll take him. Says David Coyer.
I saw this the other day.
That's the
Is
last.
it? Would you take him?
Where are we playing him? As a left wing back?
Left wing back. I wouldn't mind left wing back.
Listen, bring me back.
Again, I'm not.
Get me Elanga back, mate. Bring Elanga back. Are you taking the piss?
Oh man, yeah, man. See you later, man.
I mean, it's not what he's saying ain't really wrong, but
before Hudson-Odoi, Elanga's more effective than Hudson-Odoi. What planet have you been watching? What planet you on, Saeed? Elanga has been more. Am I lying or not? Who's been the most effective player for Nottingham Forest?
I know it's Elanga. I know that, but
yeah.
I'm just like, man.
So what are you waffling about?
Bro, how much are we going to buy him for 70 million?
Your concussed as well.
70 million. You want to buy him for 70 million? You want to buy him for 70 million?
No, it's not 70 million.
It is.
No, it's not.
Watch, because you know why? Nottingham Forest rejected last summer 50 million from Newcastle, and he's had a better season as well.
50 million.
And they're about to buy 3 players, isn't it, from Botafogo?
Yeah, Botafogo. But they rejected him last summer for 50 million. So would you think his price has gone up or down?
Yeah, at the end of the day, we've got sell-on clause on him anyway, and buyback clause on him as well. Yes, we do.
I don't think we have.
We have. Look at it all.
No. I generally don't think we have.
We had it in all the transfers.
Let me find out now. Elanga signs for Forest. Let me see if that's true or not, man. I don't think it is. Well, I'm not gonna lie.
That's what was reported.
No, 15 million. Then we sold it for 15 million. That's it.
Yeah, we sold him that cheap. Yeah, buyout clause.
I don't know. Let me know in the chat if we have it. I don't think we have anything, you know. We would have heard about that. I ain't gonna lie to you. We would have heard about that.
Done it for every place, Saeed. We sold, what's his name? Iqbal. Zidane Iqbal. We did that.
I get Iqbal was in the
we
contract.
did that, Saeed. We did that. We even did that with what's his name? Ghana. We did it with, I remember United were doing it for all the academy players. They were doing that.
I think this one,
no
I
buyback, but no buyback, but selling clause.
Nah, I don't think we have anything, Nordin. We've heard about this, Nordin. I'm telling you now, we would have heard about this. If he was doing well, I think Fabrizio or whoever would have mentioned it. United have got this clause if they want.
I don't think we got a buyback. But
I don't think we got anything. I'll be honest with you.
But why did they do it for Fernandes? Why they did it for Zidane Iqbal? Why did they do it for Ghana? And why they not do it with Elanga?
Because maybe they didn't think he would go on to pop off like this.
Yeah,
but he was the most actually looking like the guy that can be.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think
Alvaro was. I think Alvaro Fernandes was.
Oh yeah, by the way, you know what's stolen, by the way? That deal's stolen.
Listen, Preston, he won the Young Player of the Year at Preston after being there for that time.
Yeah.
Preston fans were telling me he Championship is one of the most competitive,
difficult leagues in the world. Yeah,
challenging leagues in world football.
You know, by the way, that deal's stolen. By the way, that Alvaro Fernandes.
Yeah, because they don't want to play the release clause, isn't it? They're trying to offer a transfer fee rather than the 50 million.
That's how Real Madrid are moving these days, man.
Bro, they're cheap.
If they don't get Alvaro Fernandes, I won't be shocked if they try hijack Kirkes. I won't be shocked if they try.
Yeah. I agree. I don't know why United not all over that, man. That Alvaro
You're
Fernandes.
correct. Listen,
Alvaro Fernandes got beef with United. He don't want to come back here.
Yeah, I heard a story about Alvaro Fernandes, man. One of the scouts here told me that basically he got pissed off because when Malacia came to the football club, that's when he knew, like, I'm out of here. And that's a United scout, by the way.
Yeah, but that was what Ten Hag was doing. Remember, Ten Hag was not even giving the young players a chance.
No, young players a chance.
Straight away. Like Ghana for me. And then you put that midfield, and then you got rid of Ghana, the only ball-playing midfield player.
Yeah.
And for me, the biggest thing is that, listen, we could have bought him back in January, or we could have kept him and not sold him. And then we signed that guy, what's his name? Amiron, or whatever his name was, the Spanish guy. The guy Regulon. I can't kill him Amiron, but it was Regulon. When I said you could go with Fernandes or Regulon. What? And then it was like, no, he was allowed to leave. Remember, it was that January he was allowed to leave.
No, I remember. I told United fans, just keep Alvaro Fernandes. You might as well keep him. He's a decent player, bro. Like, go and keep him. Then we went and got Regulon, who, bro, he was a dud. I can't lie to you. Saeed is right. Hiring Amr is changing the whole structure of the academy with a new vision for getting into the team plus recruitment. I agree, bro. I agree. And for me, it's like, I don't know. Like I said, they've got this is the crazy thing, the scary thing about this summer is that if they don't get like the players that they need, bro, we're going to see the same struggles from this manager because we've seen that he's incapable of improving a team without the players that's needed for the system. Like, we've seen that. So this idea that we're going to see an improvement from the manager in terms of coaching, regardless if it's one game a week or not, we ain't gonna see that. So that's why I'm like, please just get him the players that we need, bro. And get it done early because everyone right now, and I know it's early in the transfer window, but these weeks, then it goes into months. And then by the time you know it, guys, the transfer window is done. You know what I mean? This bro, 3 months is going to go like that, guys, We're here now, 2nd of June. It'll be July soon. Then it'll be August. And then by the time August comes in, really and truly, you should have your players ready. I'd rather have my team set, before the start of the season than be faffing around looking for emergency buys. And
what evidence, Saeed, do you have? Mina as well, you can answer this. That Manchester United would have. Remember what Ten Hag was saying last season in the 4th game? We're not ready. Remember what Ten Hag
we're
was
not ready. Yeah, we're not ready. We're not ready.
So at the end of the day, what evidence do you have? Zilt, Panic FC. What I've been told was that Delap and Cunha were going to be signed and they were going to be part of 24-25. Basically, the guys that should have been signed in January. So they were going to go into that financial year. And then wherever United sell, money comes in, they were going to go hunt for bargains towards the end of the transfer window. That's what we were told.
Yeah. This name has also popped up as well a lot. Pedro Gonçalves, former Sporting player under Amarin, can play in the 10 role as well.
Where does he play now?
He plays for Sporting. Yeah.
Dortmund.
You know what I mean? 26 years of age.
He's at Dortmund. I thought he was at Sporting.
He's at Sporting?
Yeah. You just said Dortmund.
No. Sorry, I meant Sporting. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Sporting. Yeah, he's at Sporting now.
Still at Sporting, yeah, okay.
Yeah, still at Sporting. Yeah.
So is he one of the midfielders who plays, or is he one of the number 10s?
I think he was the number 10s because he had Holman and another guy. Yeah, he's a number 10.
He was one of the number 10s, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't listen. For me, I think he's got a release clause though, but I'm not sure how much it is.
Have you seen Gyökeres's release clause? 100 million euros.
No.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
You got that wrong. No, it's not. It's 63 million. It's 63 million. But I still don't know what's going on with him as well. It's a bit stale right now.
You're correct. It's 100 million euros. I read that.
I think you're talking about Ekitike. I don't think he is, man. It's 63 million, bro. 63 million.
Yeah, Ekitike's got the crazy.
Yeah, Ekitike's got the one that's crazy.
I thought he had a gentleman's agreement with Sporting. I thought he had an agreement of like 60 or 70 million.
But someone has to come in for him though. That's the thing though. Right now, nobody's really been like, we're after him.
Okay. Okay, Saeed. Okay. So I'm reading it here. It says 70 million pounds. 70 million pounds. That's
maybe around there, but not 100 million.
They said Sporting are open to 70 million.
Yes.
So listen, this is the BBC, and the BBC, they double check this. So let me say, according to the BBC sports chief, report Simon Sporting could allow Gyökeres to leave the club for less than 100 million euros, 83.16 million release clause this summer. So 83. So his release clause is 83, and I am right. 100 million euros, 83.16 million release clause. That's what he's got. I am right. I am. That's on the BBC, mate. Simon Stone.
Maybe so, but I don't know, man. Simon Stone, I don't really rate that brother, man. He is always like super negative about signings and just
let me say this right. You know the BBC, when it comes to stuff like this, right? I've just shared it. I don't know if you can see it, right? Yeah. But they have to triple check. They have to check with the football club. They have to check with the agent. They have to check. And this is what they're saying. He says that regaining Premier League division have told the forward camp that they'd be willing to accept. That's it. They said
in the region of that. Yeah, in the region there.
Yeah, they were going to willing to accept 70 million. But his buyout clause is 100 million euros. But they said they're willing to accept 70.
Yeah, that's fair. Like I said, I don't know right now, as it stands right now. There's not much links or concrete links to these signings. I think you know what it is. I think once you sell Bruno here, or something clicks here, that's when I think things might be, starting to do whatever. But right now, I don't think it's clicked right now. So I don't think right now we've got anything concrete landed. Is that fair to say, Mina? Like once the Bruno clicks, or once we know what happened with Bruno, we sell him. That's when we can start the so-called.
But that's wrong, though.
I know it is.
So I know it is. I
know it is.
But I thought they told us the best in class. Mina, best in the bin, more like.
Yeah.
Best in class, they told me. I thought they were different from Militer and Woodward.
Yeah.
I don't even know how the summer transfer window is going to pan out. I
am.
In terms of sales, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Because if we have to sell to buy, you'd say we've got Anthony, Rashford, Garnacho, Bruno, all these guys on the sell list. And let's be honest, Bruno is the only one that has people in for him right now.
Yeah, only.
Bruno's the only person that's actually got interest in him.
And don't forget Kobe as well, Mina. Kobe.
Well, I've been seeing different reports because I'm seeing that he's working with a strength and conditioning coach at Manchester United because he's staying, but then Chelsea are interested in him. I'm not surprised. And can I just say one thing, which bothers me? It bothers me about the way they report on Kobe Marcus Rashford, etc. I feel like Ineos purposely planted this because the contract negotiations are ongoing in it, and I know people that work on the agency that is repped by Kobe, and they work on Kobe Maino's portfolio.
Yeah,
and I know that the wage demands that is being reported is a lie. It's just because they can't agree terms with Kobe. It's not this 200k that's been reported. He's never asked for that. But it's funny how that's how the image is being perceived.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because if they chose to sell him, it's like, oh, look, guys, we sold him because he was, asking us for and demanding huge salary. The same with Bruno Fernandes. I think Bruno Fernandes has saved himself by coming out after the final and saying, if they choose to sell me because they need the money, then fine. No one is going to say Bruno Fernandes is a money grabbing, he's doing it for the money. He's left for the money. You know how people were talking about Mane and Mahrez and all of them guys when they went to Saudi. No one's going to say that about Bruno because he already put the story out there. If they choose to part ways with me and they need the money, you guys know it's football at the end of the day.
It's football at the end of the day. Yeah.
So he's already done that. But I don't like the way that the British media is talking about Kobe Maino and his contract negotiations and acting like, oh, yeah, he's asking for 250. Oh, he's a money grabber. Oh, he's wearing chains and he's going down the path of Marcus Rashford. It's stupid.
Mina, I'm not going to lie to you. It's straight up racism. We know that.
Yeah,
but
of course.
Just know this, right? Just know this. Everybody knows. I did a video 4 months ago. It was in December. I did the video, yeah. And I said, Kobe, they're already doing this against you. They're briefing against you. How can you feel safe in a club like this where they're doing this on purposely? So the fans, remember when he was trending on Twitter and people were like, get the hell out of my club. He was trending on Twitter, Mina.
Yeah.
They've always done it, Mina. They've always done it. Sterling, Rashford. They've done it to Trent. You know what I mean? With Trent. Listen, if you're a black player and you're a youth player and you're from that, they did it to Sterling before when he left Liverpool. They said, you're only leaving Liverpool to go to City for money. So every black young player in this country is going and but agreed. What they said, to me, is an old tactic that most football clubs have always used. They always brief out so the youth player gets stick because they never want to pay the wages that the youth players the same money as the player they've acquired for, let's say, 60 million or 70 million. So when you're transferred, when you buy a player, you pay him the proper wages. But when you produce a young player, you always want to keep them at that bottom base wages. That is how English football has always been. Because they're basically, these football clubs saying, we're a developer, you should be lucky you're playing for this football club. And plus, they always want to manipulate the young players because majority of those players are a fan of the club as well if they've come through the youth. So that's what they work on. But for me, what they did to Kobe, that's why I was saying to Kobe, actually, for footballing wise, and the BS racism that they're doing to you, this BS lies they're telling about you, you need to go to a stable football club where you can be developed properly because Manchester United are not going to develop him properly. They're not. And by the way, they've sacked loads of coaches here, even coaching some of the youth team. I'm hearing stories, Saeed, of one parent now going to try to get further coaching for his son who's at United because the developmental coaches are no longer there. They've been sacked.
It makes sense. It makes sense, bro, because the level of coaching is better at other clubs. You know what I mean? Yeah, big up, man. Always Ash Bean, man. You know what I mean? They need to leave Saka alone, man. You know what I mean? Man can't even enjoy Formula One, man, without putting things in his trying to get information out of him. But like I said, guys, by the way, we're going to be hearing about Sancho news in about the next few hours as well, by the way. So whether Sancho stays or not, I just hope we can get the money that we need and then we move on, man. Because
that is mad. 25 million. He's had a decent loan at Dortmund and a decent.
That's what we agreed, Jordan. We agreed 25 million. That's why maybe it was
best in class. We could get in a value, something like Italy, we could get 50 million for Sanchez.
That's why I know, but the problem is though, bro, it is what it is. Like, I've got a feeling that he's gonna leave. You know, he's gonna leave Chelsea. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I've got a feeling that man, something's gonna happen and then bomb. But you know, he's gonna leave. I could be wrong, but let's see.
They're saying that he's willing to take a wage cut to stay at Chelsea.
Yeah. At least to get to a decent fee. But let's see, man. Let's see. But guys, we're gonna wrap it up here, man. Please hit the like button, people. I don't know what likes we're on right now, but I don't think we're on a lot, guys. We're not on a lot, guys. We're on 587. and there's 1.7K in the building. Damn, man.
That's what it is.
Oh my God, guys.
They're shy, like the Glazers and Ineos, man. They're shy.
This is crazy, y'all, man.
They're concussed.
They're concussed,
They're
man.
not qualified.
They're not qualified, man. So you lot, hit the like button, man. I'll be back in the morning before I go out to South Africa. So I'll be back in the morning.
When you go to South Africa?
I'll look your way.
I'm out for 10 days, so I won't be back next Monday. I'll be back on the next Friday. So not this Friday.
What cities are you going to? What cities are you going to?
Johannesburg.
What's that? It's Nadu's.
Yeah.
Where's Nadu's? Nadu in Johannesburg.
No, he lives in Canada.
Oh.
Hey, it's Hilali, man. Well, listen.
Who's the guy who's
your belongings, man?
Who's the guy that owns restaurants, Saeed? Who's got a restaurant?
Nedu. But he's obviously he's not from South Africa anyway. I don't think he's from South Africa.
Where's he from? Botswana or Zimbabwe?
I think he's from Nigeria, you know.
He's Nigerian, man.
Maybe,
That guy is 100% Nigerian.
Nigeria, man. Nigeria.
Well, you know what, Saeed? Have an amazing time, man. Kiss Africa for me. Kiss that sun for me. Kiss that sun, man.
Come on, man. We'll be there, man. I'll bring the Menlin back, man. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. Yeah, I mean, so like I said, listen, we're not going to Cape Town. I'm sorry, but we chose Joburg instead. It is what it is. We'll make the best out of it. You know what I'm saying to you? And yeah, man, let me know where the best places are to visit and what.
You know what? You need to. I need you to hook you up with Lesso. Lesso is from Johannesburg.
Is he from Joburg?
Yeah, he's in Joburg. Yeah. Lesso.
Yeah. Make sure you shout Lesso, man. Definitely good to meet him as well, man. So yeah, man, people, big up to everyone who's locked in right now. Smash a like on the video.
Saeed, they're telling you now, make sure you take coats and jumpers and all that because it's cold.
Nah, bro, it's not freezing, man. I'm from Manchester, mate, man.
Nah, it's free. Yo,
Africa cold is different, bro.
African cold, man. High altitude. Saeed, do you know what high altitude means? It's on a high altitude, bro.
Mate,
that
listen.
Wind, that rain licks differently.
If you give me 10 degrees, I'm cool with that. Yeah, 10 degrees. I'm listen. I'm from the north, mate. We can handle anything around here. But listen, we're up north, mate. But listen, people, we're gonna go live. We're gonna redirect to Kazi's live right now. But Musa, big up United Real Therapy. Make sure to subscribe. Minna as well. Road to what's your road to what now?
15K.
So make sure you follow up all the people, man. And yeah, like I said, it's dark times right now, man. We have to finish strong.
We're fucking 15th. It's on the. We're 15th. We are 15th, sir. We are 15th. We are 5 points away from relegation. Yeah, we are closer to the bottom than the top, bro. We ain't winning Europa. There's no European football next year.